So this particular segment, they were talking about, do women need men? And basically, right down the board, the Latin bitch said men are useless. And then she went on to deprave her own husband. How do you feel about modern day feminism now?
I think it's too toxic. They contradict themselves a lot. They say they want a guy that's sensitive and that opens up about their feelings, but the moment the guy says something, they bring him down saying, oh, you're just fucking gay or you're a bitch. Make up your fucking mind.
Yeah, but see, that's all it is. It's about being real, being honest. Like, again, when you say men are completely useless, oh, I don't need a man, it's cap. It's cap.
Disclaimer. The following program delves into sensitive political, moral, and religious topics. The host's unique perspectives may challenge traditional viewpoints and provoke thoughtful conversations. That's the point, though. Viewer discretion is advised, as the content is intended for mature audiences who appreciate nuanced discussions on complex subjects. The content discussed here is for entertainment purposes only. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to another episode of the Fourth Wall Podcast Show. I'm your host, SeeJayy the Architect. We got your co-host over here, Taus the, what are you going by? Philosopher, Tausifur the Philosopher.
There's many
Toss
monikers to it, whatever you want to call it.
Toss the Boss, that was, back in the day, we used to.
Back in the day when I had a business before, who took my business. Shout out Ukraine for taking my tax dollars and shit.
Hey, I mean, that's what the tax dollars are for, right?
No. Hell no.
Rather that than the police, right?
I'd rather give it to the police, man. I back the blue.
We do have a special guest with us. Special in a way that...
Just leave it at that.
She'd rather not be
she goes by the
named.
name Lilith.
Yeah,
right?
she'd rather not be named, but she has taken the form as a human female today. But
can you elaborate on your pronouns?
I'm gonna punch you in the face. I swear to God.
She just took the body. I mean, it just happened to be a human female.
Yes.
But who shall not be named. How are you doing today?
You make me sound like Voldemort.
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
I'm doing all right. I'm existing.
Okay.
I just want to preface this by saying, this is one of the realest people I know. All right, if you get past the whole special ed persona to the core, you can find somebody who will tell you the truth. Who will tell it like it is. So that's why we have her on the podcast today, to give her insight on certain stories that we're gonna go over.
She's a real one. See, the point is to have different perspectives, different points of view. It's funny, we've had lately we've been running into our old ADT,
right? Yeah,
ADT coworkers and stuff like that, and it's crazy. All of us are woke.
Everybody jumped the ship and landed on the same planet. Yeah,
Years later, it's like all of us are woke. Maybe it was that energy just rubbing off each other. But yeah, great to have you on. It's we've kind of been wanting you to come on anyway. Because we know because again, we know that you're on that insightful level. So
she's got that tism.
Yeah, we got some topics today, but before we get into that, make sure to follow us on social media on Instagram at Fourth Wall Show. Follow me at SeeJayy_the_kid. Tausifur at
Oh yeah, Toss got some sauce. Follow me before they ban me again. Getting a little edgy on my memes lately, so.
And we don't. She doesn't want the extra, weird people in the DMs, and stuff like that, who are into, that the wizardry and witchcraft and stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of how it is over here. A lot of people, again, it's you got to be brave, to have a platform like this to express, because a lot of people are afraid. And it's not a good feeling, to be afraid to speak, your mind, to speak how you want to speak. And coming to that point, that's kind of someone who had a victory this weekend. I think this episode is going to be dedicated to victories. one person who, surpassed and, climbed a mountain recently, we talked about him on a recent episode, was Ryan Garcia. He actually won his fight yesterday against Haney. Went all 12 rounds, won by, I think it was a not a unanimous decision, but 2-1. But yeah, man, it was crazy watching it. I actually watched like the full fight. I didn't plan to watch it. It kind of just happened. It was 4:20 yesterday, hanging with my guys, we got the grill going on, and then some other people came through. They were like, yo, I got the fight. It's like, what fight? Oh, the Haney. I'm like, oh shit, with that fight, oh, that's today? I'm like, okay, that's crazy. I'm like, and it's on 420? Yeah, right. So I'm like, okay, yeah, let's check it out. I'm watching it. Everyone's into it. First thing, everyone's like, oh, yeah, Ryan Garcia's crazy, man. I don't think he's going to win. He's going to get beat up. He's a clown, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, damn, okay, out the gate. This is how people are feeling, Just let's not, F this guy. He's crazy. He's and I was seeing like his promo. I think he did he was a guest on Bobby Altoff's show. I don't know if you saw that.
I don't watch it.
He was doing a lot of press runs. And the funny thing is, Haney's press runs were with actual radio stations, actual boxing, sports, stations. Ryan Garcia was more like social media, with influencers and stuff like that. So they were pushing him more on the joke route. Oh, he's not taking it serious, blah, blah, blah. That's one. So people are already like, oh yeah, this guy's a clown. He's not taking it serious. He's about to be, proven that, it takes hard work. The actual way. It has a black guy, shows him training. Oh, this is a legacy. His father training him. You go out there, boy, you gonna do, just ba 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 ba, just ba 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 ba, And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna make my family proud, do this for the black. And the thing is, I'll get to that later. I'll get to that later because I got something about that. But so yeah, we start the fight. The guy makes a prediction. Guy at the viewing parties, he has a prediction. He's like, oh, Ryan Garcia's going to get knocked out in the third round. I'm like, that's cap, but okay. I can see where mine's at. That's just letting me know, okay, these guys aren't effing with Ryan Garcia. Fight's going. You guys, if you guys have watched, you guys by now have seen highlights and stuff like that. Ryan Garcia, he kind of takes over from the beginning. I think the first punch or something like that. He does one hit. Everyone's like, oh, just to let everyone know, okay, this isn't a joke. From then on out, I think he knocks Haney down 5 times. Ryan Garcia never hits the floor. There was never maybe 1 or 2 punches that Haney landed on Garcia that actually made people oh, but the whole fight, Ryan Garcia kind of had the whole fight. At the end, he's taunting him, doing all this stuff. By the end of this match, people's, outlooks are changing. Now they're like, oh, man, Ryan Garcia, he has a fight, man. Oh, he's doing his thing. Oh, it was just a joke. He was fooling us. He was just fooling us. And remember, on our episode, we called cap. We knew. We were like, come on, man. They're trying to use something. They're trying to do something. They're trying to paint this as oh, he's a new face of, talking crazy. It's a brand, like the whole Kanye. And it was crazy because he came out to a Kanye song. One of his songs that he came out to was a Kanye song. And someone was like, oh, he's crazy like Kanye. So it makes sense to come out to a Kanye song. And I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, damn. I'm listening to stuff, I'm like, this is how people react to stuff like this, without actually having insight on what's really going on. It's just face value. After the fight, Ryan Garcia has a little interview. He's like, you guys take everything you see on the internet, as it is. There's other important stuff, real life stuff going on that we see every day. Bombs going off, wars happening. That's real life stuff. But we're worried about people tweeting and what they say on an interview. And they say, oh, that's real, whatever he says. People are just actors. All these dudes are just actors.
Don't you feel like the marketing worked though? What are we trying to do?
Exactly what I'm getting into, the marketing for the betting. When the fight started, I think it was Haney was negative 900 or negative 800, something like that. And Ryan Garcia was plus 400 or plus 500, something like that. That's how the fight started. So whoever bet on Ryan Garcia, they came up.
Hey, what up, y'all?
Some of my buddies, I saw you bet on Ryan Garcia. You know what you're doing. Me, I don't partake in scripted betting like that. I'm more of a basketball, season throughout, playoffs type thing. But when it's like I can't, because again, stuff like this happens. You know, I was actually going for Haney. You know, I like to, you know, support my black brothers who actually doing it.
Why'd you laugh when you said that?
Because it's one of those things where I'm obligated to, like, it's like, if you ask me, like, I might like the white guy, I may be like, oh, you know, he has some good ideas actually, but it's like, if I go for the white guys, like the black people, like, hey man, what you doing? It's like, oh, sorry, Unc. It's like, I'm just, you know, it's like, let me just help out this brother real quick. You know, it's like, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a fight. It's just a boxing match. But at the same time, I knew what was going on. We called it. We called it on that episode. We were like, Ryan Garcia, it's all a joke. So whoever came up on the bets, that's what Vegas does.
Yep.
That's what Vegas does. They're trying to paint this picture like, how do we make it to where people, you know, think that Ryan Garcia isn't going to win? Oh, listen, Payton is crazy. And my thing was like, if it was really crazy, if all this stuff was really going on, do you think his camp would really let him go and fight? Like, come on. If you really care about your fighter and they were having mental issues, they'd pull you out. They'd be like, you know, our fighter's having some mental issues. We don't want to put him out there, blah, blah. So it's just cap. You see Oscar De La Hoya in the back, happy. While they're like talking to Ryan Garcia, they're like, hey, Ryan, you see Oscar De La Hoya in the back, like,
hey, cocaine's a hell of a drug, man. But look, it's the marketing, it's entertainment, it's bread and circus, you know. So at the end of the day, it was mission accomplished. My only thing is, you know, all the stuff that Ryan was talking about. Is he gonna keep the same energy? Is he gonna continue to, you know, preach the message of what he was talking about Bohemian Grove, talking about Christ, talking about spiritual warfare and all that stuff? Look, he just won the fight. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of eyes on the event.
Yeah, it's a congrats to Ryan Garcia, man. Congrats to him. But to your point, yeah, let's see if he continues on that path. Let's see if he continues on that path of, you know, righteousness, you know, being a child of God. But let's see.
There is a trend, though, you know, and the trend that I've been noticing lately is like, you know, when it comes to entertainment value, everybody has been taking on that schizo archetype. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's been the formula for success. Even when you look at like somebody like Donald Trump, he's been taking on that schizo type of archetype where it's like, I'm just going to say what I think. And I don't care how
that crazy. I wouldn't say schizo, but that crazy.
You know what I mean, you know, using the term schizo. It's schizo energy, man. Hashtag schizo energy. You know, a lot of people, and to a certain degree, everybody on this panel has that sort of trait around them. You think we're schizo. You know? But you know, at the end of the day, when it comes to these type of sporting events, it's always an agenda there. You know, it's capitalistic. You're trying to distract people to watch this event, and some other shit was probably going on behind the background. My only thing is, I'm gonna still call it cap. You know, all the stuff he was talking about, I think it was all for show.
Yep.
I would hope that he proves me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Come out here, keep being schizo, man.
There's nothing for him to prove, because it's like, well, if all that was true, you still doing what they want you to do. So, you know, it's like, oh, they touched me when I was a kid, or blah, groomed me. Yeah. It's like, well, you're still there. Like, we still see Oscar De La Hoya with you there. Like, so it's like, you're just playing along. I
gotta give him props on his trolling, though. You know, what I'm saying?
That's exactly why I gave him the props.
That tweet about him,
like that.
You heard about that thing in the elevator? You know, he got touched up by Haney, and he said, "You didn't just punch a man because I identify as a woman.
So
you punched a woman too. So that's like what."
Yeah, he was exactly. He's just one of those guys who openly, you know, they express themselves, and people, you know, they're not comfortable with that. But we should be able to practice, you know, being comfortable with, you know, people expressing, as long as it's not hurting anybody, you know. And that's the thing about this. And I always tell you, I like people who play their role. Like, I think the most recent one was Killer Mike. I was like, I like how he, you know, he got his Grammys, but he did it, you know, his right way. He's on there, you know, appealing to the white America, you know, saying all this, the right stuff. But okay, that's fine. At least he's playing his role. Kevin Hart, when the whole Cat Williams thing happened, it's like, all right, maybe if all that stuff is true, at least if he's a puppet, he's playing his role. He's not hurting anybody. He's not putting his community down, you know. That's what happened with Ryan Garcia. On the flip side, okay, you can go say all this stuff. You can go, you know, express your, you know, how you feel about certain people or whatever, as long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as it's not inflicting harm, you know, like Kanye. Now, the thing that you can say is like, oh, when he went with the whole anti-Semitic stuff, that's where it's like, okay, that makes sense because sure, you may incite something against another, group of people, which it didn't happen. But that's where it's like, you can then judge like, oh, damn, yeah, that's pretty. But as long as you're not hurting anybody or disrespecting, to a certain degree.
Come on, man.
Then, but I mean, disrespect is, subjective.
Come on, man. I just don't like this world of softies, man. It's just words at the end of the day,
Words can hurt. Words can offend.
Hey, man, this ain't the podcast for that, bro.
I'm just speaking the facts.
Come on,
words
bro.
can offend.
They can offend, but at the same time, if you're gonna live by the moniker of like freedom of speech in this country, don't be a cuck.
That's the one thing. Yeah, the freedom of speech is like, well, we have something. It says freedom of speech, so unless they change it, till then, it's like, hey,
I just think it's ridiculous, man. You allow these words to get to you, man. Come on, bro. It's like, what was that thing back in the day? Like, I think there was a tweet with Tyler, the Creator, talking about like cyberbullying. It's just like, bro, just turn the computer off.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell, dude? Come on, man. I don't subscribe to this type of bullshit. And again, bro, it's gonna be a trending thing for the near future. A lot of these mandates on freedom of speech and stuff like that. I know we're probably gonna touch on it a little bit later, but there's also this whole thing going on where they're banning, a certain type of speech against a certain type of people. But
again, if it's something that may incite, violence or some sort of way at looking at another, group of people, then yeah, it's going to be at least up for debate. They're going to have to, go over it before.
They're still saying the N-word in rap songs, right? So
as long as you're black, as long as you're black or Drake. So
yeah, but look, I would just tell everybody, implore everybody that hey, look, keep tabs on your boy Ryan Garcia, man. Let's see what his next tweets are gonna be like.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be keeping tabs on him. Like Andrew Tate said, where? Because he knows, and he just wanted to see if Ryan Garcia knew exactly what he was talking about.
There's a lot of CIA operatives out here, Look into Andrew Tate's family. Look into his pops. Look into his dad. See what's up. Yeah, man.
The one last thing was the whole Haney situation. Like, we're talking about Ryan Garcia. On Haney's end, it's just like, I hate when they do the whole, like, they make the black guy fall hard. WWE, every time it was like a big like matchup with the black guy and the white guy, they make the black guy like lose like in a bad way, like embarrassing. It's like, come on, man, like you gonna make us go out like that, like every time. Like what was the Wilder and Fury fight? It's like, oh, you gonna have our guy go out like that? Like, come on. Well, and now it's like this. It's like Haney's the one to look foolish because like, oh, you lost to Ryan Garcia. After the fight, he's like, oh, I drink every night. Like I went to the club every night. You know,
bring up a good point though.
Weed, blah blah blah. Like, see, I can do this without. And it's now we look at. So what's that supposed to? We look at Haney now. It's like, you lost to this guy. Like,
but you bring up a good point. If you actually look at the similar trends between those two fights, Wilder and Fury, Haney and Garcia, who does Fury always thank after a fight? Right? I mean, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's what he always says after a fight. Who does Wilder always call on to? His ancestors for strength. It's another one of those same narratives. The WBO has been doing this that I've noticed is the same script. Christ versus, for lack of a better phrase, the Dark Lord. You know what I'm saying? And they really made him dark. So it's like they just happen to be on the wrong side of that battle more often than not. And by the way, here's a fun fact: Devin Haney partied with Diddy. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I think he took the L once he did that interview for GQ when he had the LeVar Burton phasers on. Yeah, that's when I knew, man, bro, finna get cooked.
Yeah, and he had the Prime chain on, and that's the other thing. It's like you represent the whole Prime, the Logan brothers, right? Man. You got the chain on and stuff like that, but then you go out and lose. It's like, man, it's just. I mean, it's unfortunate. At least it wasn't me. I would never do something like that. I mean, I'm a different type of dude. I would never do something like that. But hey, do what you got. He got the bag. I mean, obviously there's a bag in the background. You know, everyone knew who was gonna win. Everyone played their part. But it's just unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. But I mean, did you? I know you probably didn't. I don't want to be, you know.
Yeah, that's why I'm quiet.
I don't want to assume. But I mean, did you even know there was a boxing match?
I saw a little bit of it, but that's why I'm quiet, because I have nothing to say because I don't watch it.
Yeah. Have you watched boxing ever in your life?
Yes, I have.
She's actually a scrapper, you know.
You seem like you could.
Yeah, she came
like,
out of the hardest the hardest vadio in East LA.
Find out.
Yeah.
We might do like if you guys want to like set up like an.
That's for a different channel.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just you know we were talking about boxing and
No, yeah,
they
man.
have women's UFC, which is really actually entertaining.
I've seen her fuck some people up, man.
Oh shit!
Yeah, homeless people. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you would never expect it from somebody like her. Such a sweet face, and then it's just like, oh my god, makes me question humanity, you know. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, entertainment is entertainment. You know, yeah, exactly. She should have her own podcast by itself. It's gonna be very morbid.
Speaking of, I mean, you having a podcast, Women with a Platform, The View is always in the headlines on, you know, in that like TikTok social media, you know, that TikTok algorithm. But recently they were actually on for, you know, a couple more, I guess, explicit reasons, you know, more controversial reasons. They were talking about men being useless, women being kind of the superior, women kind of being the superior race, which, again, it's the show. If you're familiar with The View, you know, it's a panel of women, and they're all kind of giving their opinion on
It's just four bitter bitches.
you know, trending topics. I mean, back in the day, you know, they used to have, I think, Barbara Walters.
Bro,
they used to have.
don't even bring that bitch.
They had some, you know, OGs.
They didn't have nothing. It's
that were
always
actually
been the
spitting
same.
facts. They were actually spitting facts. And
No, it
into
wasn't.
the hard, you know. Remember when we used to have like.
Hey,
King
on some real
Couric?
shit, bro.
Remember when we used to have real
Fuck Barbara
journalism?
Walters, bro. On some real shit, man. I ain't got no sympathy for that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Old ass bitch.
So, you know, rest in peace of Barbara Walters.
Hell no. I'll piss on your grave, bitch.
So, but now it's just turned into like a gossip, you know, place for crazy takes, you know. We doing the same stuff, but if we show them this stuff, they probably be like, oh my gosh, you know, ban this, you know, we can't have our children watch this, but they doing the same stuff on live television at like 10, 11 in the morning, you know, talking to the demographic of your everyday woman, the woman who's going out, you know, doing the grocery shopping, taking care of the kids, kind of molding their kids into what they're going to be, you know, when they're going to school, you know, telling them what to eat, how to act or react to other people, you know. This is who is shaping, you know. When you see the commercials or ads that come on, you know, when they go to the breaks, cleaning supplies, Ross, department stores, you know, discounts. Oh, we're having a sale right now, blah, blah, blah. That's the demographic it's going to. And this show, every time I watch it for research purposes, you know, I'm a researcher. So, you know, I'm always having to see stuff, you know, just for the sake of, you know, having that knowledge on it so I can always bring it up, you know. But every time I watch that show, I get pissed off because it's just like, what the, like, this is too far to one side. It's like, it's not even realistic at this point. Every episode, they're mentioning Donald Trump for no reason. That's the butt of every joke. It's like, all you're doing is bringing more attention to Donald Trump. So it's like, I don't understand how they just allow this stuff to happen. It's like, oh yeah, you guys can talk bad about this person, but that just lets you know where the script is.
So this
that lets
segment,
you know where the whole American script is at.
Yeah, so this particular segment, they were talking about, do women need men?
Yeah.
And basically, right down the board, well, one of the bitches, the Latin bitch, said men are useless. And then she went on to deprave her own husband. By the way, probably not going to watch this, but if for some reason you are, you're a cuck. What are you doing, man?
Let me actually let me pull up a clip real quick and see if I can play some real.
But this is just firsthand evidence where it's like there's a war against masculinity. There's just a war against. It's just programming to make mold people's minds into.
And it's like, why are we telling other women this? Like, why are we like these women are probably married? Let me play some right here. All right, here we go. I'm gonna have it sped up a little bit too.
Online of a dozen women being asked the following question: do we need men? Most answered very quickly, no. And only one said she thought women needed a man in their lives, only one. But when men were asked a similar question, do we need women? Most of them said yes. So why do you think that is? Because men are useless.
And then claps.
Between straight men and gay men, because I think I would die without gay men. Nobody can gossip.
What does that mean?
Let's pause. Where she says, no one can help me gossip. No one can help me accessorize better than gay men. So what are we pushing here? So we're saying we don't need men, the actual everyday, I guess the natural man, but we need gay men. I don't understand. Like, what's the difference? Like, so now it's a different thing.
Let's ask a woman, Lilith. These bitches tripping.
Yes, they are.
Please elaborate.
Because, okay, so my opinion is, like, I just think that if a woman thinks they don't need a man, it's bullshit. You fucking need them, even for small things, like, oh, I can't fucking open this jar. You go to a guy, and you're like, help me.
So, to your point, so watch this. Listen to what she's going to say.
Keep you from doing harm to yourself like gay men. But with the exception of something like Steve, I think Steve is very self-sufficient. Joy's husband. But like my husband, it takes a village of women to make sure that he's not emaciated, starving, and living in his own filth. He can,
First off, how you going to drag your husband on national TV like that?
For real, bro.
It'll take a village of women to make sure he's not living in his own shit? What? If I was a husband and I heard that and I'm sitting home in my shit.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, if the only benefit of the doubt I could give him is that, I mean, his wife probably earns more. He in there for the money, but he probably fucking bitches on the side.
But that's what I'm saying. If he's sitting in his own shit, I'm packing up my shit and I'm leaving anyway. I'm like, hey, at least don't put it out on blast like that. At least don't tell people like that's how it is. Like, that's between me and you. That's an agreement we got. Like,
I mean, shawty got bread. I'm finna try to.
I have Handy Manny at home. He fixes everything. When things go bump in the night, he's the one that goes downstairs. When there's a bug to be exterminated, he does the extermination. When there is.
So to your point, yeah, you need a man when you need to open the jar, when you need to go kill a spider, when you need to go change a tire, stuff like that. So I don't know. Now, this isn't saying that women can't do these things on their own. As a matter of fact, me personally, if a woman kills her own spider, I find that attractive. I remember one time I ran into a girl who was like fixing the toilet. Like, it was a party and, the toilet was acting weird and she went to the bathroom. She was like, oh, let me see this. Fixed it. And I was like, damn, shit. Like, let me, So it's appreciated. But it's capped when you say not at all. Because we know y'all need a man at your side. So
He fixes it, he throws out the trash, and he throws out the recyclables. I enjoy all the man stuff.
So wait a second.
clap.
She's really talking about a servant. Let's face it. No, it's a handyman she's talking about. It's a handyman.
So you hear claps on something positive finally. Oh, my man, at least, this is what he does contribute. It's not all bad, And everyone's clapping. Now here comes a bitter old, Joy. Been married a couple times, divorced a couple times. Now she wants to come and be like, oh, no, that's just a handyman, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dang, like, what's up with all the negativity?
Can I say something, bro?
Go ahead.
Have y'all noticed, man? It's always the ugly bitches that be complaining about shit like this, right? Look at Joy, bro. Ain't nothing joyful about that face, man. Bitch look like the witch off of that Disney, bro. And it's the same principle when it comes to like, it's the same thing when it comes to them bitches that be like protesting against abortion. It's always the ugly bitches that can't get no dick that be out here protesting about, like, you not even affected.
Or the ones who aren't even, like, they're not even having sex to have kids.
Exactly. It's like you just out here for attention that you can't get from dudes.
Trying to ride the wave.
I'm just going to say that guys are a lot more like women do need men, not just because, oh, there's a fucking bug, I can't do it, or here's this jar. Guys make girls feel safe. When something's going wrong, what do? They go get the guy to go help them. So what's breaking in? What do I do? Let me go get my husband.
Even if it's not a husband situation.
Yeah.
If it's two girls, they're gonna be like, oh, where's the nearest guy? Or
they throw the other girl in front of the way. Exactly. Just like take them.
If you had a poll and asked them, would you be more safe with like security guys, security police? If you called the police and there was a break-in, would you be more comfortable with like firefighters who were men? Or would you want female, you know? And it's not a diss. It's not a diss. People are going to be like, oh, you guys are being sexist. Oh, nah. Would you be more comfortable with, in the comments, you know, Fourth Wall Podcast Show. Go follow us at the Fourth Wall Show.
This is a very generic
Instagram.
Question.
Yeah, it's just a very generic question. Would you feel more safe with the, you know, if it came down to security, came down to, you know, police, firefighters, would you be more comfortable with female, you know, helping you out? Or would you want a male to help you out? You know?
I mean, look, bro.
And if you have to ask, oh, well, is the man buff? Is the girl buff? Then you already answered the question.
Look, man, it shows like this, bro. And look, I'm not saying we believe this, but it shows like this that make people like have that ideology. Like, should we have given women the right to vote?
I mean, that doesn't. I guess I don't know if that affects.
I'm not. Look,
give them the opportunity. I mean, go.
I'm
vote for
speaking
you know?
for the people. All right, I'm not saying this is my beliefs, but it's situations like this that don't do any good to the cause of like feminism or women's rights. It almost poisons the well of that cause. It's like you're going to such an extreme to where you try to invalidate the contributions of not just men, but of mankind. It's called mankind for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like let's keep it a band, man. Men built the civilization that you're enjoying, and now it's been so like things are so ass backwards nowadays. Like we're supposed to be a team, men and women. We're supposed to be a team. And there's programming like this that are designed to just poison that whole relationship and create a battle between the sexes.
I'm not going to lie. Pussy has influenced a lot of the history of, you know, mankind. I mean, we literally came out the pussy. But even then, I do agree with you. Like, for them to just, you know, it's propaganda. It's modern day propaganda, but you wouldn't notice. The demographic is being pushed to wouldn't notice because at the same time they're doing dishes, you know, the baby's crying, they're trying to get the baby to, you know, eat their food, you know. So it's just kind of background noise, but at the same you're still processing it, you're still hearing it, even if it's little bits and pieces. There's certain words that are going to trigger, oh, Donald Trump, villain, okay, you put that together. Oh, men, useless, you put that stuff together, you know. Some guests they have on, they try to speak the truth and they're just like, oh no, we're gonna shut you off. They had this brother on there, what's his name? Coleman Hughes. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast, I think for that reason. They were trying to grill him. He's talking about colorblindness and how racism shouldn't exist or it doesn't, you know, all this stuff, which, again, he's kind of challenging them saying that they're woke, you know. And Sonny, the Puerto Rican one, is like, you know, tries to claim, you know, being black and stuff.
Yeah, tries to claim being black, but her family owned slaves, right? That's Sonny.
She's on there grilling him, saying, "Oh, well, I'm friends with Martin Luther King's daughter, and she said that before he died." It's like, what are you name dropping for, bro? Yeah. Like, this guy didn't come on here to argue with you. He came here. You brought him on. He's here to give you let people know about what his book is talking about, and you trying to tell him, "Oh, you're wrong. Oh, you're for the other side." Now we're getting, you know when you're in an argument with somebody and you're losing, and then you start to go get at their family. It's like, hey, like, why are you trying to get on my character? Like we having a regular debate, like, you know. So it's like you try to go on the show, you try to speak the truth, they try to shut you down. It's just I don't know. It's a wild show, man.
It's petty. It's just
it's funny though. It's funny. I'll say that it's funny.
Yeah, their whole gig is just to create some type of drama between the sexes, some type of drama between political oppositions.
Yeah,
it's all about division. That's been the that's been the parallelism that I've been able to recognize with shows like this. And hey, man, I mean, they're it's like you said, their appeal is towards those commoners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The common woman that buys into shit like this. And what does that lead to? Divorce, broken families, childhood trauma. At the end of the day,
they do be talking. Here, let's play some more.
Handyman. It's a handyman.
Oh, it's a handyman with benefits.
We do not. Well, but the things that you're describing, you could pay somebody to do that. We're not talking about that. What about the inner life of a man? That's what this is.
I need my man 3 to 4 times a week. And good for you guys. And then the rest of the time, I need a wife. Because I've always said that.
Everyone needs a wife.
No, I teased Vicky, my producer, in the morning. I was like, if you'd like to join Max and I, not in that way, but like Vicky and I could kill it as a household runners. Like we would be laughing, giggling, doing all the things, and Max would be so psyched I was wasting all my words somewhere else anyway. So it would be a perfect combo. And the other day, Caleb said to me, this is my youngest son. He said, "Mama, I want a spare mom," and I didn't know what he meant. And he said, "Genevieve has a spare mom," and I realized the parents were divorced. No, divorced. An extra mom, like 2 moms. And so I asked him, at first I was a little wounded. I was like, what am I not doing? And he's like, no, I just
that, but they're cool with that.
To the other kids too. And if we had a spare mom, dad, and you could, then you just get to focus on me. And it was so sweet. He didn't ask for a spare dad, by the way. He asked for a spare mom. I took this totally differently.
Laugh at that.
Broadly speaking, I feel like men have proven largely useless. Like I think in the political moment, the people who are saying what needs to be said in my party, it's all women. The very few men, with the exception of Mike Pence and a few others, are saying what they need to. But in life, like I need my husband. I don't know if I need any other men, but he is irreplaceable.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. That's cute.
just go shit on men and I just think that's cool.
Oh, so she said something nice, and then listen to this.
Yeah, wait till you're married 20 years and you'll see how replaceable they are.
And then she wants to bring it down. Oh, wait till you're married 20. So again, I'm done with the show, man. I will continue to watch it for research purposes only. But you can just see, kind of. Yeah. It's just so, and it's not even like it's not. Again, I'm just using us as an example because it's the same thing. We're using this platform to kind of give our opinions. What they're doing isn't opinions. It's just them being bitter and being salty and being like, yo, I'm going to just put this guy in the dirt. I'm going to just say whatever just to, hurt this guy's face. It's pretty much just it's popular girls, who were in ASB or yearbook back in high school, at their table. Oh, this is a popular girl table, and we're going to talk our,
I'm going to tell you right now, Joy was not one of them popular bitches. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Oh, no, it was a different time. It was a different time.
Different time?
It was like, what, the 50s, 60s?
That face was not popular at any point in time. Fuck is you talking about?
I don't know how it was back then.
Lilith, how do you feel about modern day feminism now? We gotta hear it out the horse's mouth.
I think it's too toxic. They contradict themselves a lot. They say they want a guy that's sensitive and that opens up about their feelings, but the moment the guy says something, they bring him down, saying, "Oh, you're just fucking gay or you're a bitch."
That's a good point.
Make up your fucking mind.
Yeah.
I don't agree with a lot of stuff that they say.
Women, I mean, historically have always been like that, very contradictory.
Even I'm like that, but not to that extent.
But see, that's all it is. It's about being real, being honest. Like, again, when you say men are completely useless, oh, I don't need a man, it's cap. It's cap. Why? Because we know you need a man for when your tire went out. Oh, you need to carry this heavy thing. Like, you're gonna call on a guy, and it's okay to say that. It's when you start lying to that extent, it's like, now you just look foolish. It's like, why are we lying? Like, just admit, hey, yeah, I need guys for this. That's why you guys are always like, or women, you guys are always like, oh, why do guys like thoughts or hoes or whatever? I'm not saying I like hoes. But for the guys who do like hoes, when I spoke to them in the ass, their answer is, you're just straight up. It's a straight up situation.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm a hoe. Like, if you want this, like, you're gonna have to do this, blah, blah, blah. At least the guy can then make a mental, decision, like, okay, can I amount to this, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Things are clear.
Instead of, oh, this is what I want. Okay, the guy invests, changes, but then you switch up later, like, because you're not being honest, Oh, I thought you wanted a guy who was sensitive, It's like, no, I just really don't like, never liked you. I was just saying that, blah. And it's like, oh, why couldn't you just, and it just becomes this thing. Like, I'm just saying, like, guys, they say they like hoes because it's just straight up. It's a straight up transaction, So that was a good point you brought up. The very contradictory, yeah.
Just want to say this one last thing from a more macro level. again, this type of programming is just designed to soften up humanity as a whole even more. When you try to relinquish that tether between man and woman, that unity, you're doing something to destroy humanity as a whole. Now you're destroying the family nucleus. Now it's, divide and conquer, right? So when you destroy that relationship, when you make it the norm within society of having this battle of the sexist thing and more animosity towards one another, no sort of communication, it makes it easier for those people that are in power pushing this agenda to take us over. I would hope people become more conscious of that and not keep wallowing around this idea of like, oh, men suck, women suck. It's not what it's about. It's about getting real with yourself and seeing what's going on. But hey, we just gonna have to see.
I do want to say shout out to Whoopi Goldberg, man. She's the only real one on the show.
Fuck Wookie.
I'm
gonna call her Wookie Goldberg, okay? Bitch look like a Wookie. Fuck that bitch.
She the only real one on the show.
She not even real, bro. Hey, where was you when the whole Kanye stuff was going on?
I mean,
when was you when the whole Kyrie stuff was going on?
She plays her role. She's on there.
What's her role?
Her being on that show.
Where's the
her being on that
outfit?
show? Her being on that show. Obviously, you know what side she's on.
Stop giving praise to these.
I'm just saying. I give credit where credit's due.
No, she ain't got no due praise. The hell out of here.
She a legend.
The hell with Whoopi Goldberg, man. Hey, bring back Bill Cosby, man. That's a real one.
Hey, he's a legend too. I ain't mad at that. But yeah, man. Let's take it back to like I said, this episode was supposed to be for victories. People were winning. Shout out to Mike. What's his name? Mike.
Please don't do this, bro. Please don't do what?
Mike Johnson.
Hey. So I guess
speaker of the house.
Here's the
Let me just make sure it's the right dude.
Here's the theme of this show, man. All the people he's praising right now. Hey, it's on site, bro. Fuck Mike Johnson.
I don't see why.
I see. Give me my money back. All right. Fuck Mike Johnson. Fuck Ukraine. Hey, fuck it, man. Fuck Israel too, man. All right, I'm gonna come out here and say, man, go ahead, talk about your Wonder Boy, and then I'm gonna shit on him after.
I mean, it's nothing to praise him about. He just did the right thing.
He didn't do the right thing
over the weekend. Obviously we have. If you didn't know, we got something going on between Israel and Palestine, and now we just had Iran just jump in. Also, before that, we had Ukraine and Russia going in the little thing. But you probably don't remember that because we've had it covered up with this whole Israel situation, right? Not even Palestine situation, the Israel situation. So the government's like, all right, we're busy trying to aid Israel this whole time. Ukraine's kind of in the back end. Here comes Ukraine back. Like, hey, we need some help. This war's still going on. Like, we need help. America's kind of like, kind of looking on the side. I think they asked before, and Trump was like, because you need everyone to sign off. So you need Biden to sign off, Trump to sign up. Trump was like, can they pay us back though?
No.
He's like, I'm down to lend the money, but can they pay us back though?
No, they ain't gonna pay.
Businessman move. Okay, I respect the decision. Can they pay us back though? Cool. If I'm gonna lend somebody money, I want to know if they can lend me, at least half. So he was just trying to figure out the situation. It didn't work out. Now they come back. Trump, he's like, all right, cool, whatever. Biden, he's like, cool, whatever. He's going to sign off later. Fast forward, they actually, they got the money that they needed. But over the weekend, like I said, they tried to keep it quiet. They're like, we're taking care of Israel right now. We don't have enough money to be taking care of Israel and Ukraine. Oh, all of a sudden, Ukraine doesn't matter. Before that, they were like, oh yeah, Ukraine, like help Ukraine. Now Israel's in trouble. Oh, let's just help Israel. So this guy, Mike Johnson, he comes, he's like, we need to help Ukraine. We need to pass this Ukraine bill to aid them. The rest of a lot of the other guys are like, nah, Israel only. Israel aid only. Israel aid only. He's like, nah. I believe if it didn't go out publicly, it would have stayed under wraps. But because he made it such a big deal, almost got jumped by everybody else, they had to place a vote. It's all over TV now on Sunday. I think Saturday or Sunday, over the weekend, all on TV. They're doing the votes. Lo and behold, it passes that, we're going to help Ukraine. I think 61 billion that they're sending. Some people are saying 60, but it's between 60, 65 billion that they're sending over to Ukraine. So my thing is like, they did the right thing. You know,
they didn't.
Other people are like, oh, well, how are you going to say no to helping out Ukraine? If they're just helping out Israel, I mean, we know the relationship, obviously, between this business called America and Israel. But obviously, if they just help Israel, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it wasn't for this guy making a big deal out of it, putting it on blast, it would have been silenced. But because he came out and said, nah, we got to help Ukraine, they made this whole thing like, okay, we got to vote now. All of a sudden, you see the numbers switch. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, we got to help Ukraine. That's the American thing to do, you know? We don't just, you know, help out, you know, Israel or whatever. We help out everybody. Helping out Israel first is kind of sus. But in the same, in the same context, it's like, yeah, let's help everybody. Okay, cool. I feel like that's a dub. He did the right thing.
All right, look, you the homie and everything, okay, but man, your idea of politics is messed up, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm America first. America first. Fuck everybody else.
Okay.
Fuck Ukraine. Fuck Israel. Fuck everybody. All right. They have all this energy to just send money out to anybody else but Americans. But Americans. And by the way, look into Mike Johnson, by the way. He's also got... Here's the other thing, too. Here's the other thing, too, man. Look, I'm going to stay 10 toes on it, bro. We need to stop putting people with dual citizenship in places of government. This guy, Mike Johnson. Johnson ain't his real name. Look into that. Okay.
It does sound kind of generic.
Oh, yeah, look, man takes a lot of
like
trips
2K,
to Israel.
2K
all right,
player.
I'll tell you that much. And this is the person you're putting in charge of voting on where to send the money that these hardworking American
regardless
taxpayers...
if he is from, you know, what you're saying.
No, it's not regardless.
Why would he help? Why would
It's
he help?
not regardless.
He would be on the side of Israel only.
I don't care. Get him out. Boot him out of government. Hey, look. It is for entertainment purposes only. Okay? But that being said, for entertainment purposes only, I think it would be a good idea if you wanted to maybe rush the Capitol. Okay? Maybe start a mutiny. Maybe hold these people in power accountable. I'm not saying you should do another January 6th, but if you were to do that, it might be effective. Maybe a mutiny. Maybe it's the people in America versus the government that doesn't represent you. This is ridiculous. Where my money at, man?
I think the general consensus was happy.
No, it wasn't. The people are not happy.
Because, again, it was an American thing to do.
Yeah, you pay taxes, right? I pay taxes. You pay taxes? I would love if I got a little bit more of a fatter return and my money didn't go to some people that we don't give a shit about.
Would you rather your taxes go to...
Myself.
You know, those issues happening, you know, outside of, you know, the world, or to the police?
The police. Hell yeah. Send my money to the police. Back the blue, baby.
No. Okay, so yeah, I'm on the other side. I don't see. You're about okay. I can see.
You're ignorant.
You said no. I'm not ignorant. You are America first. Me, I'm F America. I think that's
no, but I'm also F America's government. That's what I'm about. I'm about
I'm
Americans. Okay, I'm about us. I love America and what it stands for. I don't like the people in power. You get what I'm trying to say?
I'm on your side.
Thank you. You tripping.
I feel like people
on
in
the
general,
pod.
I feel like, again, it's not government. I feel like people in general are kind of dumb.
Hey, everybody in the comments. Hey, you vote. Is CJ tripping or not?
We're voting on that.
We're voting on that. Is this
hey, come vote. Yeah, come vote.
motherfucker tripping?
Let's see, this is my first.
Everybody also vote on this. Is CJ a Fed?
Hey, maybe.
Yeah, who helps us? Who?
We're always helping everyone else, but we don't really look after.
It's the benefits that you guys get.
What benefits?
benefits?
Where are the benefits?
Hey, you tell me.
Have you seen the benefits?
You tell me. You tell me.
You brought up benefits.
I'm saying F America because I know there's no extra benefit to any of this.
I mean, didn't we get a stimmy with Trump?
Okay, so you're okay.
That was before this Ukraine war. That was before this whole Israel stuff. And by the way, again, why do we keep sending almost $3 billion annually to Israel for what? They do nothing for us. Why do we keep doing this? I'm not trying to be anti-Semitic, but hey, what the hell? This doesn't do any favors.
You know what they do. Huh? You know what they do. It's obviously that's why they're helping them out.
Oh, child trafficking and, all all these other things with pushing degeneracy in society. Yeah, I understand. You know, the gay movie industry, music industry. Okay, all right, I get you.
Consensus says that they're happy with the decision.
Consensus
I can understand where
amongst who? Consensus amongst who? The politicians?
But you have to understand, at the end of the day, the people having these guys in government, it's your American people's fault. So that's why I'm just like, it's Americans in general. Everyone can get it. For me, it's not just the government. Everyone can get it.
Listen, it's the fault of Americans to a certain degree. We can vote for who we think is the best. Now, when we vote for somebody and both parties are taking the APAC money, they're taking the Super PAC money, and now they're obligated to vote for some bullshit that they know is wrong, but they're still voting for it in order to not get exposed for the kid that they slept with. Because that's everybody in government, all right? Bohemian Grove, look it up.
I mean, maybe it's not real anymore because
it's real.
Ryan Garcia
It's real. You can see it in these people's faces. Hey, look, we all work sales over here, okay? When you see a predator, you just see it in their face, all right? And most of these people in branches of government are so disingenuous. You know they don't fuck the kid. I could point them out.
Well, so, yeah, that's 64 billion gone, 60 billion gone.
64 billion, man. And they tell us they ain't got no money for reparations.
That's what I'm saying. It's y'all keep believing this, the government, where's the money going? They got so much money to give y'all. It's not about, it's going to your... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm F everybody. Everybody can get it. It's not just American government.
The whole theme of this show just went to shit. Victories? We lost.
No, it's a victory. Like I said, it's a moral victory.
What are you talking? Where's the moral victory?
It was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do.
I would rather not do.
Leave your comments in the bottom. If you're with, that he decided, no, we're not just going to help Israel. We're going to also aid Ukraine.
Oh my God! Look at all these white countries we're like funding. Hey,
I mean, yeah.
This makes me. Hey, look, Team Russia, baby, all day, man. This makes me. Yeah. This makes Americans like Russia more. You're trying to like force people to like be sympathetic towards Ukraine, and you're doing the opposite.
Again, it's a business. Hey, we need money. All right, what can y'all do? This, it's a bank. America's one.
By the way, look into Ukraine. Also, a big contributor to human trafficking, child trafficking in the world as well.
I'd have to look that up, because if that is true, then there's obviously a connection between Ukraine and Israel.
Yeah, there's definitely a theme going on.
Yeah. So
government full of pedos.
But hey, shout out BRICS too, new currency.
Yeah, man. Hey, look.
So if you're trying to leave the country,
honestly, man. Hey, let China take over.
Shout out to Russia.
Let China and Russia take over. I'm all with that. Instead of this bullshit we got going on, man.
But before we go out, Lilith, are you pro-Russia? How do you feel about Russia?
I'm not that into it yet.
As a country, no. As a country, I mean, are you familiar with the Russian culture and?
Them feeling so depressed, they jump off buildings a lot.
That's Japanese.
Well, they do the same shit.
So both places I want to retire at are known for people jumping off buildings.
You want to retire in Russia?
I love Russia.
Okay.
I love Russian women. Their food is great. Their accent is, I don't know, something about the accent is, I think I'll adopt the accent myself. But yeah, I heard that they don't like black people, but.
Nah, they cool with them.
Give me a chance,
See, that's
2024.
That's the programming. They always make you condition.
Yeah, America has programmed to us to feel like, but again, until I go there, unless I get shot or stabbed or something like that in the back, we'll find out.
Russia is based. I mess with Russia.
Yeah.
Vladimir Putin is the only, he's one of the only good leaders in the world right now.
I wouldn't say all that.
I'm going to say all that, man.
He's
Shout out Putin.
He's kind of pussy, but.
Nah, well, a little bit.
Yeah.
If he was really going to do something to Israel, you would have done it by now. But hey, shout out to Putin. Keep fighting the good fight. All right.
It's literally for no reason. His fight is literally for no reason. That's why. But yeah, great episode. Great episode, man. It was fun today. Lilith, hopefully you come on. Hopefully you come on. But we just needed your presence for today's episode.
Yeah.
So it's not fucking blank, empty right here. You're just add someone else.
I mean, even if it was empty, I'd probably be sitting right there. So no. It's like I said, it was special. Don't think of it as, even if I wasn't here, bro. See, women do this too. They're not good at taking compliments, right? So, we're just saying all women. maybe, probably, you know. But again, thank you for coming on. Hopefully you felt comfortable enough to come on again.
Yeah.
You know. Okay.
We'll have a segment on.
I like that energy. I like that.
We'll have a segment on witchcraft.
If you guys want Lilith to come back, we don't know what form she's gonna take next time. You know, she might be in the form of a statue, or some type of doll, or I don't know. But whatever it is, if you guys want to see her again. If you guys want to see her again, let us know, man. But yeah, again, thank you.
Don't take her back. We don't want her.
Man, get that smudge off the screen. But yeah, follow us. You guys already know on our respective Instagram handles. Follow the show at Fourth Wall Show on Instagram. And yeah, man, like I said, thank you guys for having us. We'll see you guys on the next one. Till then, good morning, good afternoon, good night.